I greet each and every one of you, wherever you might be watching or listening to this very program. We have come today in order to ask some questions because what is happening in the whole damnable zoological republic of Nigeria today, there is nobody that will say that he have not noticed the very agenda of the Nigerian government and their Fulani Caliphate. Which, of course, the title of this very program is Disintegration of Nigeria, for the people living in it to be free. But this very program, we are directing this very program to the archbishops and the bishop, be it Catholic bishop or Anglican bishop. We are directing this very message to them, for them to understand that even religion is not going to be something that is going to deprive us for not getting Biafra, because we are fighting for everybody to be free. Now, whereby the religious leaders, in this very case, the Christian leaders, saying what is going on, what are they supposed to do? What are you supposed to do as a leader? You hold a congregation, you're a man of God, as you claim. You're a bishop, as you claim. You preach to people. People listen to you. But when the masses of the same people coming to your congregation are being killed and massacred, you say nothing. Some of you will go to Abuja to collect whatever peanut that they are giving to you, not to say anything. I don't know if some of you or all of you are in a occultic society with the Nigerian politicians and the Fulanis, that whatever that happens in Nigeria, that you are not going to say anything. Because we know that what is happening to Christians in Nigeria, such a thing can never happen to a Muslim. Just recently, a video that Davido released, the whole caliphate, the Sultan of Sokoto, gave an order. So are you telling me or telling the Biafrans or telling the so-called Nigerians that you cannot stand for once, stand together and say enough is enough? That is your question. I've been able to make some research and bring out some names that I am going to be mentioning, and also try to put it on the screen so that the viewers can also see. Because this issue of Christians being killed in Nigeria, so to say, in Nigeria, it is not only happening in Biafra land. This is taking place in all the federation of the damnable zoological republic of Nigeria. We saw a video. We saw a video of a reverend sister being raped by the Fulanis. Are you telling us that you have not seen this very video? Are you still telling us that you are comfortable in Nigeria the way it is? Are you telling us that you are not aware that Nigerian government, their agenda is to Islamize everybody? How much are they paying you for you not to speak against the evil committed against the so-called the people that are coming to your congregation? Because if you value their life, if you value their well-being, there is no way that you are going to be seeing such a thing and you will not be able to speak up. There is no way that you will see such a thing and you will not speak up. Archbishop of Aba, Isaac Wobia, is a bishop, is a Christian leader. What are you doing? What are you saying? What are you talking? What impact are you making to make sure that the life of Christians are being preserved? What support? Same thing goes to the Archbishop of Abuja, Henry Ndokoba. Henry Ndokoba, are you telling us that the killings of the Afrans, or let me just use Christians, let me not just generalize it only in the Biafra land. Are you telling us that the killings of the killings of the Christians by the Fulanis, perpetrated by the Fulani herdsmen, perpetrated by the Fulani kidnappers, perpetrated by the terrorist Nigerian military government, are you telling us that you are not saying these things? Archbishop of Bendel, Cyril Oduntemu, Archbishop of Enugu, Emmanuel O. Chukwuma, Archbishop of Ibadan, Shegun Okubadejo, Archbishop of Jos, Marcus Ibrahim, Archbishop of Kaduna, Ali Buba Lamido, Archbishop of Kwara, Israel Afolabi Amo, Archbishop of Lagos State, Michael Fabe, Archbishop of Lokoja, Daniel Abu Yisa, Archbishop of Niger, Alexander Ibezin, Archbishop of Niger Delta, Tunde Adeleye, Archbishop of Ondo, Christopher Tayo Omotunde, Archbishop of Owerri, David Onwa. Are you telling us that the killings of the Christians, you are not aware, or you don't know what you're supposed to do, that you need to speak up for these killings to stop once and for all? Because this is the reason why that we, the Afrans, are agitating that we must disintegrate from the damnable Zoological Republic of Nigeria. You know what I'm saying now? This is the same reason why that the Nigerian government are still holding Mazen Nnamdi in captivity, despite the fact that they have released him. Now, take a look at this very sister that was raped so that you can see for yourself. And please, if you're joining this very program, if you have any reverend fathers or reverend sister or all these religious leaders, just please tag them. Tag them.
Biko ndị be anyị biko anyị pụtara n'ụtụtụ a ana m aga wee fụ moto a ịmagolu mfụzi ebe atụchi eji.
This very video that you're about to see right now, or you're watching right now, is a reverend sister that was raped. That was raped by the Fulanis. You are going to see her face. This reverend sister, she's a reverend sister. That is why this very program is targeted to the religious leaders, the one that I just mentioned right now. The man on his way going to his normal business, he saw this reverend sister. He saw the reverend sister lying on the floor, lying on the main road. She was raped. The reverend sister was raped by the Fulanis. Kedu ife unu na-eme? Unu anobu ndị isi ụka. What are you doing? Are you telling us that you are not saying this? Are you telling us that if this had to be a Fulani or a Muslim in Damnable Zoological Republic of Nigeria, that they are going to take it easy? Look at her face. Look at her face. 6 Fulanis raped this very woman. She's a sister in Nigeria. She is a sister in one of the parishes in Nigeria, raped by the Fulanis. Look at her clothes. You know what I'm saying now? So the question here to you, the Archbishop and the Secretary, etc., the so-called religious leaders, what are you doing about the killings of the Christians in the so-called Nigeria? Let's continue.
Sister go see you off man.
Are you seeing her face? This is what they did to her. This is what the Fulani Janjaweed did to a reverend sister. The Fulanis are telling you that you are nobody in Nigeria. The Fulanis are telling you that they don't want you in Nigeria. The Nigerian government, ruled by the Fulanis, are telling that you are not welcome in Nigeria. You know what I'm saying now? This is their message. They say that you are not welcome. You are not welcome in Nigeria. This is what they did to a reverend sister. A reverend sister. She was beaten. She was raped. And they abandoned her. They abandoned her on that very road for a reason. So that she can be able to tell the story. You know what I'm saying now? So that she can be able to tell the story. So because for some of you people out there, when we are fighting for disintegration of Nigeria, to separate from Nigeria, some of you are masterminded, focus your mind in order to disturb and distract what we are doing. I want you to watch this very video for you to see the reason why that when we say that it's going to be a sit-at-home in Biafra land, the entire Biafra land, for you to see the reason why that we're doing so. You see now, for you to see the reason why that when we say that there will be a seat at home, see the reason why that we say there must be a seat at home, because we want to separate from Nigerian government. This is one of the reasons. This is one of the reasons. Take a look. She was beating her belly. They mercilessly beat this very woman. She's a reverend sister. This woman is a reverend sister.
So security. Can I go to security office or what I am for? Can we get security better take care of this woman?
You hear what he said? Hey, look at what he just said right now. That the man was explaining to the viewers. He was explaining to us when she met this very woman in this very condition, and he went to security office. He could not find anybody. So who is going to protect you? Do you see the reason why that we say there must be a seat at home? When we say there must be a seat at home, we mean business, because this is part of it. This is part of it. Security are nowhere to be found. Vigilantes are nowhere to be found. They were nowhere to be found.
Security better take care of this woman. What are you for? So onye fu video a ka ochie aga ndị security bịagodo o nwekwara na moto nakwa na moto dị n'ime ebe
Corolla
nye video kwada Corolla video zie ihe ka ọdọ ya so ka o nwee ike send mo
Corolla
ndị onye fu video a gbalị bịa onwe ụlọ onye nke
Corolla ka anyị na-eje na ya kịta adụ moto na-abụ a sị na edukwuru ma na-edu ụzọ furu Enugu bypass ebe a si ibe a na-eme asị n'ebe 8 o'clock nke abalị ka ndị Fulani blọkụ ụwa tie sista ibe na kọchalịa ihe niile o ji.
What are you doing?
Onye moto nke fọba Corolla ebe a nka nna eje ka ewe ya ọdanazie onunu akpọkwara draiva jewalụ na afụlọba anya n'ebe 8 nke abalị nke ihe ibufu na-eme.
What are you doing?
Ọmụ Chukwu gba ọgụ nwanne na ndị Enugu ukwu ya ga ukwu ebe a nka nna kịta ya ebe
and this is happening in Enugu State too.
Because onye nwe efo ya sendebe.
This happened in Enugu State. In Enugu State. You see? This happened in Enugu State. Enugu State, where Peter Mba is the governor of Enugu State.
Because the
governor of Enugu State. They're also saying now. So the question we're still asking the religious leaders, what are you doing? What are you doing in the situation that the Christians find themselves in the damnable zoological Republic of Nigeria? What is your take on the disintegration of Nigeria? What is your take to make sure that everybody living in Nigeria have their total freedom? What are you doing to support the disintegration of Nigeria? What are you doing to support the ideology of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Take a look at another one. Take a look at another one. This one is Christians in the northern part of Nigeria. They were kidnapped by the Fulani terrorists. Fulani terrorists. You know, those Fulani that came from Niger, from Mali, during their so-called 2023 general election to come in to vote. Those ones that was found with assorted voters card and national ID card in their possession. It was raining that, but majority of the people have forgotten. After voting, what happened? They pushed, they moved inside the bush, they found themselves inside the bush, going places by places. Now, this is their handwork. This is their handwork. Christians being kidnapped from the northern part of Nigeria. And we're still asking the Christian leaders to support this integration of Nigeria for the people living in Nigeria to have their total freedom. Begin to speak against the killings, against the brutality, against the rapists that is happening against the Christians. Begin to speak against it. Begin to work towards it. Stand up for the right thing, because disintegration of Nigeria is the only thing that can make us to have freedom. You also say now, disintegration of Nigeria is the only thing that can make us to have total freedom. Because without disintegrating Nigeria, for everybody living in Nigeria to be total free, to have equality, have safety, have security, being able to live out like a normal human being, There is nothing that we can be able to do or to achieve. Nigeria cannot help us. You understand now? Nigeria, fighting for one Nigeria, you are fighting for the agenda of the Fulanis. These are the people that you are fighting. Fight for the agenda of the total disintegration of Nigeria. So that the people can be in a country where Christians are being slaughtered. Christians are being slaughtered on daily basis. These videos are the one that we can be able to see. Unlike this very of a sister that was raped. That no Christian leaders can be able to condemn and work against the Nigerian state because of what they are benefiting. If they thought they will be arrested, if they thought they will be arrested, let them arrest you. Come together and begin to do the needful, because people are dying on daily basis. This is the reason why that the Biafrans are determined in order to disintegrate from Nigeria. This is the reason why. What is stopping you to use your own portfolio as a Christian leader to do the same? What's stopping you? What's stopping you? What's stopping you? This is a live broadcast, and if you are having issues on Facebook, at Mazon search for another Mazon on Facebook, then you can be able to join that very one, or on the same name on YouTube. Now, look at this very video of Christians in the northern part of Nigeria being kidnapped by the Fulanis. They've been kidnapped by the Fulanis, demanding for ransom. And according to this very video that I want to show you right now, they say that even if they kill them, that they are not at loss. You understand now? If the government of the damnable Zoological Republic of Nigeria come to their rescue, you understand now, to pay ransom on behalf of the people that are being kidnapped, it's a win-win situation. If they waste them, kill all of them, it's a win-win situation. This is what they say in this very video I'm about to show you right now. You understand now? If tomorrow now, the congregation that you are deceiving every Sunday, if they wake up tomorrow to protest against the bishop and the pastors, you will say that you should not touch the anointed one. The people today that are seeing this thing or are going to watch this very video, they will not open their mouth to condemn this very thing or call out these religious leaders. But immediately the people, this congregation that they are deceiving on weekly basis, if they realize what these religious leaders are doing to them and wake up to begin to protest against them, because they fail to protect them when they are need. If they begin to wake up now to begin to protest against them, some of you people will now begin to say that you are protesting against a man of God. But the same man of God, stand and watch why his congregation are being massacred. The same congregation leaders, the same leaders of the Christians, or the so-called Christians. Because in other parts of the Western world, such a thing cannot happen. They stood and watched why their congregation are being massacred on daily basis. Tomorrow you say, pray for Nigeria. If all the people in the damnable Zoological Republic of Nigeria are being killed, all the Christians, who is going to come to your congregation is a question. Who is going to come to your congregation? Look at how Christians are being massacred in Nigeria. All in the name of they want to Islamize everybody. And you people have already seen, you people know what is going on, and yet you keep your mouth because of what? Money that they have given to you. Because of money that they have given to you, you must be very, very ashamed of yourself. I am telling you honestly, if tomorrow now, the congregation, the people that you are deceiving, wake. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. I don't know that if you are getting what I am saying. I don't know if you are getting what I am saying. If tomorrow, if people begin to wake up to protest against the religious leaders, some of you today will say that you are protesting against man of God. And today, such a thing is happening. You cannot be able to call out that same, because each and every one of us have a responsibility. Each and every one of us must account to what we are doing. There is a division of labor. That is why I ask, where is the Archbishop of Aba, Isaac Mwabia, Archbishop of Abuja, Henry Ndo Koba, Archbishop of Bendel, Cyril Odutemu, Archbishop of Enugu State, Emmanuel O. Chukwuma. I don't care if you're an Anglican, I don't care if you're a Catholic, I don't care if you are a Pentecostal, I don't care. But these names are the point of contact. Where is Archbishop of Ibadan? Segun Okubadejo. If the people in that very area, in that very region, in Yoruba land, begin to protest against their religious leaders, Adebayo and so forth, all these Pentecostal leaders, some of you will begin to tweet. Some of you will begin to say that you are protesting against a religious leader. You are protesting against a man of God. But the same man of God will stand and watch why Christians are being killed. The difference between myself and some other freedom fighters, if I want to tackle a problem, I will go straight to that very problem, not to begin to beat around the bush. Where is the Archbishop of Jos? People are being massacred and slaughtered in Jos. People are being massacred and slaughtered in Enugu State. People are being massacred and slaughtered in Abuja, in Aba, in Enugu State, in Kaduna. Where is the bishop? Where is this archbishop? Where is the pastors? Where are you people? Where are you people? Why would you stay and watch why Christians are being killed and massacred? Why? Why would you stand and watch why Christians are being slaughtered on a daily basis? It's a question. It is a question. It is a question. Watch the very video. Christians from the north being kidnapped by the Fulanis.
Waya shi da bayanin kawai da zaki don ki magana da kyau baban ke ji ta shiga can zakiya ki kalle shi baban ki bayani ki daga murya kai
kowa shi
bayanin bai ba ya bai bayanin Raki bayani ba?
Bataka.
Waya stop ta aje bargon nan. Aje shi. Ki aje shi. Ba za ki aje ba dan bai.
Biko, nakaba kusudi kwa usa biko. Nani biko, ebi abuna kodi nakaba kwa wese. Okay. Ya bayani kuka na saki kiba bayani ba. Kai
ma wani bayani za ka yi ma yan uwanka kaga abin da ke kafarka?
Zan yi masa bayani.
Yi bayani, yi daga murya suna jin ka.
Mazan shi fili ala bindika chemna shi ba yi sha gomi. Ashe ko ba zo ba mi mu wala bindika chemna zo zo shi ku kare ko wani rane da shi lo wa ba cha mamishi. Ala bindika chemna opata. Dala shi kwano.
Ana bindika, ana bindika.
Shabika maishi. Ba go ina nai. Ashe ko ba mu sha la bindika na chemi.
Ka daga kafan naka su gani da kyau, an harbe ka a gafa. Kai ma ka daga. Dukan ku wanda aka harba a gafa ya daga kafan shi. Waya. Su duba da kyau sun ga jinin kafan aiko? To in za su yi bayani su tsaya. In ba za su kawo ba, to wallahi mu ba za mu kashe su.
Aya, ai be gwe ma aya ni ni ga sor mo ku su te me ke me be gwe me le ku ifo e be gwe ma aya ba gbu mu ganye aya le akora gbu nyo blo be ku su e be gwe me le ku ifo ku su e fu ku bi gwe la aya ni bla la wule la ya ni aya
in suka ce za su biya mashawaran banza na mutane wanda za su ba su shawara su hana su karban ku to mun kashe ku ba wani asara muke da shi ba kun gane.
These are the Christians from the northern part of Nigeria. If you are understanding the Hausa language, you hear where he say and ask them to raise their legs up, those that was shot on the leg. And he end the video by saying that if they like, they should pay up. If they don't and decide not to do, they are going to kill them and they are not in a lust. This is what they said. This is what they said. So where are the Christian leaders? This thing is happening in all over the country. What stops you not to implement total sit at home in all refrigeration? What stops you not to emulate what the Biafrans are doing? What stops you? Because the same thing that is happening here, it's happening here. These are the ones that we've been able to see. What about the others that we cannot be able to see? God knows if these people have been wasted. Because they have come to kill every Christian in the Republic of Nigeria. If they cannot make money, they will kill them. They will kill them. The men are definitely, they are going to kill all the men. They are going to kill all the men. The women, they will keep them for themselves. They will keep them for themselves. They will keep them for themselves. So that is why we're asking questions. If the congregation begin to rise against their religious leaders, some of the people that are watching or going to watch this very program in the future, they will not condemn or call out this religious leader right now as this thing is happening. They will not do so. They will not do so. But the minute people begin to rise, that is where you will see these religious leaders. They will invite military and police to come and kill the congregation because their eyes are opened. You say now, such a thing will not take place in the Western world. It's not possible. It cannot. It cannot happen. It cannot happen. So I am condemning this very act that the religious leaders are taking side from the Nigerian government, taking side with the Nigerian government to kill innocent people, to kill Christians in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. I am condemning that. And millions of people living in the Nigeria are also in the same situation. But the people that can be able to say and condemn these things and call out all these religious leaders, what are you doing now? What are you doing? Because these killings have been going on for ages. That is why you will have IDP camp all over the places. You have IDP camp in Enugu State. You have IDP camp in Benue State. You have IDP camp in Sokoto. You will have there's IDP camp in Kaduna, there's IDP camp all over the places in Zamfara, in Borno, in Niger. IDP camp, IDP camp, IDP camp. These are Christians. Where are the religious leaders? Where are the religious leaders? Where are the religious leaders? Now, we move to the next section. To the next section of these very broadcasts, which have to do with what is her name? This lady that presented herself as what does she call herself? What did she call herself? What did she call herself? What did she call herself? Let me see. Let me see what she called herself. Let me see if I can get that very video. Let me see if I can get that very video. Let me see if I can get that very video. A woman by name Priska Okeke. I don't know if Fulani gave birth to her. I don't know. I cannot be able to comprehend. I cannot be able to give account if the Fulani are the people that gave birth to her. I don't know. I cannot tell. I cannot tell. This one had to do with the education. This had to do with the education in the damnable Zoological Republic of Nigeria. This had to do with education. It had to do with education. Because after showing you that very video of that girl where she was making utterances against the sit-at-home, because she was the one that called for the mass protest in Enugu State. And immediately after that very call that she made, then we now saw Fulanis that have been living in Enugu State for decades. They have to come out on the street in order to protest against the sit-at-home. They have to come in order to protest against the sit-at-home. Now, let us get that very video. Let us get that very video. It's very important. It is very, very important that we bring this very video. Very, very important. Very, very important we bring very, very video. Because there's a point that we want to make from this very video. There is a point. Education in Nigeria, it's meaningless. Because the people that are ruling, all they need is only but 2 qualifications in their examination. When I mean 2 qualifications, I mean 2 pass. Why in the south, in the Biafra land, in the south, including so-called south-south, so-called southeast, and then also in the west, which is Yoruba land, you need to score over 300 for you to qualify to get admitted. But in the northern Nigeria, you only need to score only nothing but 2 or 3, highest 3. Number 1, your name, your surname, and the date of that very examination taking place. So we have a question for her. Let's listen to her first before we go to the other video that I want to show.
Gentlemen and ladies of the press, I am Comrade Priska Okeke, the chairman of the Enugu State chapter of the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS. Education is the bedrock of every nation. That any nation that must grow must allot maximum premium to its education. I stand here today to inform our leaders, Igwes, traditional leaders, and our Igbo brothers and sisters that the cumulative effect of excluding Mondays from the rest of the working days is weighty on our academic calendar. The dire consequence it erases for our education is not a price any region seeking to compete favorably will be willing to pay. In time, our youth and children will not be able to compete effectively with other regions who enjoy an altered academic calendar. We are concerned about the future of our young students in their formative stages because of the mental toll it has taken on them.
Now, let us analyze this a little bit. We know in Nigeria, no matter your qualification, they can never ever allow you to occupy any position. They can never. If they allow you to occupy any position, that means you are coming to kill your own people. We have seen the example in the past. The people ruling Nigeria are Fulanis, and the only thing that they needed in order to do what? To acquire that very position is nothing but to mark. Look at it. This is one of the so-called nominees. This is one of the so-called nominees. The so-called nominees. You know what I'm saying now? From the school certificate, WAEC, from the school certificate, he only got but 2 points. Only but 2 points. To become a minister of the damnable Zoological Republic of Nigeria. And now people like this will come out and make a press statement against the sit at home, against the Afghan restoration, against Mazen the Canon. Then you're telling me that these people, that they are normal. Of course, they are not normal. Look at only 2 credits.
I've been looking for your school cert. I saw one. You sat for 5 subjects with 2 credits. I don't know how. I want to imagine that you still have another to bring.
Only 2 credits. Only 2 credits. Only 2 credits. Only 2 credits.
I've been looking for your school cert. I saw one. You sat for 5 subjects with 2 credits. I don't know how. I want to imagine that you still have another to bring. If not, I would want you to explain how you got into university with that. Thank you.
Now, listen to the response. Listen to the response. A Fulani man. The video cannot be clear. It's not clear. But the most important thing is for us to listen and learn. And this is being screened in the channel television for the whole Nigerians to see that their minister that is going to represent whatever constituency is only but 2 credit, only 2 credit, only 2. And these 2 is his name and his surname. This is what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said. So your education in Nigeria is nonsense. You are telling us about education. Whereas our sister, she scored over 300 marks in our WAEC. But they stole it from her. And they laid allegation against her that she forged that very WAEC, that very result. Which she come out and say to us that right from nursery school to primary, from primary up to secondary before she write her WAEC result, that she has been taking first. She has been taking first upon first upon first upon first. You know what I'm saying now? And this very WAEC that she was dropped, this very result, this Priska, okay, the so-called Nigerian chairman, whatever is education, whatever. They cannot be able to fight for the right of that very girl. I wish that some of them will watch this very video, at least this very portion that we are making this analysis. I wish that they can be able to watch it and see for themselves. This is what Master Nnamdi Kanu said many years ago, that the Fulani don't need to go to school to be in any office because Nigeria is their inheritance. They only need but two scores, their name and their surname. But 3 scores, highest 3 scores, which is the date of the examination being written, their name and their surname, to identify the date, so that they have to even learn it. They have to learn the date, to memorize the date, know how to write dates, month, and the year that examination being taking place. Memorize how to write their name and their surname. Finish. They memorize the date, memorize their name and their surname. Finish. Only 3 scores. That is all they will need. And they will pass. Tomorrow they will come and lead you. And you say that you're normal. Listen to what he said. Listen to what he said.
The nominee.
Your Excellency, Mr. President of the Senate, principal officers of the Senate, distinguished senators, I would like to answer these questions from the last one, if the Senate permit. Sir, on the issue of qualification, I have other secondary school results which I have all passed that I have not attached to my CV.
We listen to what he said. He first of all chose the question that he's going to answer, because you heard him say that he's going to answer the question from the last one. You know what I'm saying now? And secondly, he is telling the Senate, that he chooses to present the certificate of secondary school because that is what is required on the Constitution of the damnable Zoological Republic of Nigeria, that you only need nothing less than secondary school. Those constitutions, who do you think that was that they have in mind to benefit from that constitution? Of course, it's Fulani. It's Fulani. They made that very constitution in beneficiary of a Fulani man. Because in constitution, it said that you only need secondary school. And even in secondary school, Fulani only need to score only but 2 or 3 points. It is confirmed here. It is confirmed here. And we're going to make a follow-up program concerning this very issue. You know what I'm saying? So that we can be able to educate some of the people that are saying that education, our children are not going to school, they cannot be able to compete with other region. What region are you competing? You are competing with yourself, because your own people are fighting to liberate your mindset from Nigeria, for you to have a total freedom. Go to all the streets in Biafra land, all the roads in Biafra land. Go to everywhere are being scattered. like where pigs are living. Go to all the major roads, everywhere being destroyed. There is no maintenance. The so-called politicians, once an allocation is being given to them to do a certain project, they will pocket that very money because it is in the constitution. It is in the constitution. At least we have seen it, that any government, any governor that want to do something to liberate his state, they will push him out. Anybody that come out to campaign for the betterment of Nigeria, they will not vote that very person. What happened to Peter Obi? What happened to Peter Obi? With all his education, all the Cambridge, did they allow him to be in that seat? Whom did they put there? A drug dealer, a criminal wanted in the United States of America. Why didn't they choose Peter Obi? And you are telling me about education. You are telling me about education. That's the reason why that you cannot be able to sit at home. If they ask you to sit at home for 1 month, you cannot sit at home. You are telling me about education. But the people that are ruling you, making decisions, they only need to score but only 3 points. Only 3 points. Only 3 points. They need to score only 3 points. Finish. They are, without that 3 points, with all your masters and degree, they would determine who is going to be in that very. They don't care about your masters. All they care about who can they be able to manipulate? Who will be their boy? You also say now, who will be their boy? Who will be their boy? These are the things that they are interested. They are not interested in your education. They are not interested in what is here, what you have upstairs to liberate Nigeria for a better future. They are not interested. What they are interested in, that who can they be able, who that is going to obey them? Who are they going to manipulate? They don't even have to manipulate. These are the people that are interested. This one you went to Cambridge, this one doctorate degree in London, this and that. They are not interested because they themselves, all they needed is but only 2-3 marks. And in the Constitution of Nigeria, needs the it needs only but secondary school. It needs only but secondary school, and then you are good to go. You are good to go. Your education does not matter in Nigeria. Your education does not matter in Nigeria. I am telling you, and I am proving it to you. Not that whether if you like, you believe. When I make an analysis and I explain things to you, you must believe. Instances. So your education does not matter in Nigeria. What matters in Nigeria is your total freedom. And this is what we stand for. This is exactly what we want. That is why that some of us remain resolute. We remain determined. We remain consistent because we know what we are fighting for. We are fighting for the total freedom of our people. We are not fighting for education. I am not fighting for education in Nigeria. I am fighting for the freedom of my people. After the freedom of my people, now the people are now going to come together to make a rule, a central body that is going to govern them. You see now, whereby you have a different regions with their own constitution by the people. Then you have a central body, which is the restructuring that they cannot, the Nigerian government could not be able to give or to allow Ojukwu during 60s. This is the way we are. Then from there, you can now be talking about education. From there, you can now be talking about infrastructure. But your freedom first. Your freedom first. Your freedom first. I am not fighting for education. So nobody should come and tell me and make online video and say that what about my children? We want to go to school. Is affecting it is affecting our education. We cannot compete with other region. You cannot compete with other region. Is Fulani interested in competing? They are not interested. They are interested in killing you. They will slaughter you, kill your father, kill your brothers, and they will abduct you and marry you for you to give birth to Fulanis. This is what the Fulanis are interested. They are not interested in your education. So anybody should not be talking about education. You don't talk about education. Don't talk about education. The Christians that are being look at these very reverend sisters. This reverend sister that was raped, is she not educated? She will be in her, maybe by now they have dismissed her. They will say, yes, it was unfortunate. It was unfortunate, but you cannot be part of us again. That is why we are calling, I am calling. Everybody is calling on these religious rulers. Be it Archbishop or Catholic, it doesn't matter. And that is why I asked them, if tomorrow, if the congregation open their eyes and begin to protest against the religious leaders, some of the people that are going to watch this very program right now, we've been saying that people are protesting against man of God. But now Christians are being killed, they have been killing them. In all the countries, in all the places in the damnable zone of Nigeria. And nobody's talking, no. Nobody's talking, no. Nobody's tweeting it, oh. Nobody is going to channel television, NTA, AIT. Nobody is going there to talk about it. But immediately people begin to rise and say enough is enough. That is where you will see all hell break loose. There is, because one day is coming. It is coming. I am telling you honestly. One day it is coming. People are going to wake up one day to fight against this injustice. Once and for all. It is coming. It is coming. People are going to wake up. These people that are being used under the religion, they are going to wake up one day and say enough is enough. I am telling you honestly. So the Fulanis are not interested in your education. They are interested in killing you. Kill all the Christians in order to take over your land. Look at the places where IDP camp all over the places. IDP camp here and there. IDP camp, IDP camp, IDP camp, IDP camp. These are Christians. These are Christians. What did the religious leader, what did they do? Kedifamelu, a Christians being kidnapped, raped, murdered, and you have religious leaders, they cannot be able to say anything. I will be here. I will be here. It will be happening. And when it begins to happen, you will not see me come out and make video, because I don't mockery. I don't make mockery. I don't make mockery. Once it begins to happen, that is why that some of you don't when things begin to happen like this, you hardly see me to come out to begin to make mockery of those things. If you observe me very well, because most of the things, majority of the things, not most, majority of the things that is happening today before our people's eyes, before the people living in the damnable zoological republic of Nigeria, are the things I have been preaching for many years. And when it begins to happen, you will not see somebody like me, myself, begin to come on social media to make mockery. You cannot see me. You cannot see me. That is why I told somebody the other day that this very struggle, the moment that we are right now, is very spiritual. This is what I told the person. Not everything you will see me begin to choke mouth. Not everything you begin to see me, because when things begin to happen, there are some things that will happen. It has been something that we have already preached. When this one begin to happen, you will not see me. You also say now, you will not see me begin to speak about it or make mockery. Because that time people's eyes have opened. Today you will see people making videos, giving accurate details. What happened, where it happened. This is one of the things that I've been talking about years ago, that our people should learn to give accurate information. Everybody should be a media. Oyedema's Nandekam said it, that our people don't know how to use social media. They don't know. But in Yoruba, they know. But our people begin to learn now. Our people, something must happen to them before they hear word. If something did not happen, if something tangible did not happen, they will not learn. They will not learn. They will not learn. They will not learn. They are now begin. Once something begins to happen, why would you wait something to happen to you before you see? But when it is happening to another person, or when it begins to happen to another region, it is okay for you. When that person was complaining to you, or when that region was lamenting, it said, leave it. Let us keep it. But when it happens to you, begin to lament. This is it. You're talking about education. Look at Fulani man. Let us take it back again. Let us take it back again and watch it again. Let us take it back again. This is one of the nominees by the Tinubu this thing. Look at only 2 score, two credit.
I've been looking for your school sat. I saw one. You sat for 5 subjects with 2 credits. I don't know how. I want to imagine that you still have another to bring. If not, I would want you to explain how you got into university with that. Thank you.
The nominee. Your Excellency, Mr. President of the Senate, principal officers of the Senate, distinguished senators, I would like to answer these questions from the last one, if the Senate permit. Sir, on the issue of qualification, I have other secondary school results which I have all passed that I have not attached to my CV, because we are talking of secondary school certificates. And I want to remind distinguished senator, which I know he very much know, that the qualifications of secondary school certificates, as enshrined in the Constitution, you can stand for an election up to the presidential election. So I didn't bother you with much certificates, but I know I have the qualification for that. Okay, sir.
Do we listen to what he said? Oh my God. You can even imagine the way that they are addressing him. with so much respect. The first person that brought about the discussion and the question about only 2 marks out of the 5 questions or 5 subjects was addressing him with so much respect. I can assume that you have some other ones, because if not so, can you be able to explain to this with so much fear? And these are the people with masters. So the person that is addressing that very man that spoke to him, first of all, that one would say that he went to Cambridge, he went this one, he went this one, addressing a Fulani man. Addressing you with so much respect, with so much fear, with so much fear. You see, the religious leaders and the politicians are the same. People have now risen against the politicians. But the religious leaders, their time is coming. Their time is coming. Because something will happen. Something must happen. Then those people that believe so much in these religious leaders, they will wake up, they will open their eyes and begin to protest against them. They will begin to protest against them. That is where you begin to talk. And when it begins to happen, you can't see me begin to come out to begin to make mockery. You say now, because my own job is to bring an factual analysis, back it up with evidence, and present it for you to see for yourself. Because after politicians, then you have the religious leaders. These are the people working hand in hand in order to manipulate the people. The Constitution, then you have the Constitution, you have the politician. After the politicians, you now have the religious leaders. These are the 3 bodies that combine together to keep the masses in bondage. You also say now, these are the people that keep. We will be exposing anything exposable. We will be exposing anything exposable. We'll be exposing anything exposable. Anything exposable. It doesn't matter if it is true, our analysis, we will expose it. I can expose it. It does not matter if it is true, our analysis, we will expose anything exposable. Because you people fail to do the right thing. So we'll use our analysis to expose each and every one of you. If the people are not thinking towards that very direction, they will begin to reason that direction. You see, now, I will expose anything exposable with my analysis, with my facts, with the brain Chukwukabia gave to me. Because anytime I ask God, what do I need most? What I need most is more wisdom. This is what I am asking Chukwukabia. Anytime I pray to Chukwukabia, what I demanded is more wisdom. Wisdom. I will use my analysis to expose. If people are not thinking towards that very direction, they will be thinking towards that very direction. Because on the 1st of July 2023. Montagalaga. Today, merely 1 month. Today, merely 1 month. Onye ndu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because makani. Simu malibe nge make a Biafra bia maybe. Nge expose you through my analysis. I remember some time ago, somebody called me. Someone because mujilungwayo analysis. Then they expose a lot of things. That is why I said that there are some program maybe because may get exposed something. So that ability now control you. So I tell you that very ability and where that is going to affect the Nigerian government the more, where people can be able to see the truth and say, yes, what you are saying is truth. If you know, how can a full name man ruling you with only but 2 out of 5 mark, out of 5 subjects? Let us assume when he took this very examination that the only subject there is 5 subjects, and somebody that got 2 marks out of 5 only will pass. Did the person pass? Not 3. He is not even qualified, because with what the evidence that he provided, according to what he said, 5 subjects, 2 passed, 3 failed. He is not qualified, but he's going to be the ruler. He will be telling the one that have Cambridge and the rest of them, unlike this useless girl I call herself Priska Njideka, the chairman of whatever national student, whatever Enugu chapter in Enugu State. After all your Cambridge, the full animal is still going to rule you. So your education means nothing in Nigeria. What matters is your freedom. What matters is your freedom. Without your freedom, you are nothing. You are nothing. That is why once people listen to my voice, they get more courage. They get more courage. That is why the Zoo Nigerian government, they do everything to suppress me. They do everything to reduce my viewers, to make me to believe that. But that is not bothering me, because I did not come to this very movement to use social media to make money. That is why you see on my platform, you can never see one being monetized. God, I'm not interested, because the truth and the analysis is affecting them. But people are looking for they look for him. They go and watch his program. You understand now? So we will do everything to liberate the mindset of our people with the gift Chukwu and give to us. A Fulani man, really you with 2. He sat for 5 examination, 5 subjects, 5 subjects. Okay, well, mathematics, English, geography, art, religion. On with a religion, 1. Let us say no with a religion, 1. And the English. This is the major one, right? According to their Islam constitution. But at least you need 1 other. Any of these 3, you still need 1 to qualify to say that, yes, you have passed. But you have only 2 out of 5. Is this man qualified? And people that are Cambridge and the degree holders and are still bowing for him, respecting him. Let us listen to this. Let us listen to this. Okay.
The Constitution, you can stand for an election up to the presidential election. So I didn't bother you with much certificates, but I know I have the qualification for that. Okay, sir.
You are saying that you chose what to give to the Senate. You chose the qualification to bring before the Senate because of the constitutional provision that secondary school certificate is what is required to stand for election. You are not coming to stand for election. You are coming to be a minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So which are the other certificates you concealed? Which are the other certificates that you did not put in your CV?
Your Excellency, sir, the certificate of secondary school is there and other certificates of other qualifications are there. What he is asking me is, I sat, my first sitting was secondary school certificate with 2 credit passes. And what I'm trying to say is that...
And that was the one that he presented to. So as they are speaking, they will be forging. I cannot forge another one. It was that one that he presented. If this man were to be from the south, it doesn't matter if from Yoruba land or Biafra land, can he even be able to make it up to this stage? Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. It is not possible. Look at.
Sat for another examination and I have passed, but I don't want to attach another qualification because
Well, I think it's not just for this.
I want you to watch closely. The man is controlling the situation. When people begin to make noise, he just look around. Immediately he raises his hand. The so-called Senate president. I want you to watch and see the system, the country that a lot of you are dying for. See the country a lot of you are dying for. You want to become one Nigeria. You want Nigeria to remain as one. You want Nigeria to remain as one. That is why they keep suppressing my program. I don't come here to make money. When I started, even if it's only one person in my program, only one person, I'm taking it that it is 1,000 people that are watching. I'll keep on making my program till I finish it. So even if it's nobody, they're not showing anybody in my program, it does not disturb because people are going to watch it. People are watching it. People are watching it. Look, when people begin to raise eyebrow, look around like this, he gives sign. You can see the way he gives sign. Immediately he raises his hand. Watch. You see? Did you see? Prince Kokeke, the so-called Nigerian chairman, whatever, Enugu chapter. Did you see? The man is even controlling the Senate House. A nominee of a damnable zoological republic of Nigeria to be a minister. He is even controlling the Senate. The noise is, it is a distraction. Onye sign ozugbo, read isi ozugbo na-ebunye aka ya ozugbo, akwa pam, order. Because I finally get them. Watch them again. Did you see? I said, I am going to expose them with my analysis. I'm going to expose each and every one of them. Let's just say now, I am going to use the ability. Look at, he looks around. Obuni siye. Ozbo akuni ako ozbo. This is what is happening.
Well, yeah, I think it's not just for this nominee. It's important for all other nominees to know that we would like to know something about them in totality, including.
They have changed the topic. Now they are interested in their wives and their children and the rest of them. The bone of contention in this very program and analysis is that the religious leaders must come to the aid of Christians in the damnable zoological republic of Nigeria. That is the bone of contention. That is the bone of contention of this very program. They must, because time is coming when people will begin to rise against them. And we are going to be here. Biafra must be restored. Nigeria must be disintegrated. People living in the damnable contraption called Nigeria that was amalgamated by Lord Lugard, which he described the Northerners as the poor husband and described the South as a wife, a rich wife with substance and means, which of course, this is an ideology, this is an imagination. Nigeria was created, it was not created on the constitution that people come together and say, okay, this and that. Nigeria was created under the imagination of the Lord Lugard, that the Fulani will be the husband, which is the poor. Why the wife? She's rich, married to the Fulanis, be submissive to the Fulanis. This is exactly what is happening here. So it does not matter your degree, your education, it does not matter. You must be submissive to the Fulanis. And on this note, we will bring this very program after we just watch this very program finish. And follow us for more on our platform, because things are about to happen. More and more
Of children they have. Yes, including the number, yes, including the number of wives.
This is not what I want to listen. This is not what I want to listen. Yeah, this is not what I want to listen. This is not what I want to listen. So, Biafrans, I greet each and every one of you that participated in this very program, or those that are going to watch it in the future. Please do tag anybody, send it to anybody, more especially this religious leader. I still remember one of the disciples of great leader Nnamdi Kanu and a student of Radio Biafra, serving the indigenous people of Biafra through media, evangelists, and also in music. And lest I forget, an active financial member. I never forget to put that. Thank you very much and good night.